Hey, beautiful one. So when we talk about inner child, one of the things that I really teach people is to become the inner parent that you never had. Now, regardless of how you grew up, what your experience was, whether it would have been violent, whether it would have been abusive, whether it was emotional, whatever it was, even if it was a good experience, there are bound to have been bits and pieces of your childhood, because no childhood was ever perfect. I don't think I've ever met anybody that ever had a perfect childhood, okay? So how about you learn to be the best kind of inner parent that you possibly can, okay? Because I'll tell you now, from a -2 St. Neots this morning, okay, that your inner child is still looking at mum and dad. So let's say, for example, and let me just set the scene with you, okay? Let's say your inner child is about 4, 5, 6 years old, okay? Can you imagine a version of you that is that age, that is still looking at mum and dad because they're stuck at that age? The problem comes when you no longer have parents. The problem comes when, you've had emotional abuse, or they've had addictions, or whatever the problem has been. It doesn't mean that the inner child knows that mum and dad aren't around anymore, or that mum isn't, or that dad isn't. And that's where I teach people that you need to step up and become the inner parent. And what does that look like? So what I'm going to say to you guys today is, how about if you're doing inner child work, that you jot down a few bits and pieces that you consider, regardless of your experience, what makes a good parent. And then what you do is you connect with little you in your heart space, and then you start learning to become that parent that you never had. So some of the qualities that I would say would be important in terms of inner child, inner parent that I teach, okay, is always be loving and kind to your inner child. I know somebody last week who told her inner child off, and then this person got very ill. Okay, and I'm like, okay, well, I understand that you're cross and that you're annoyed that your inner child has made you sick. However, would a loving mother, if you were the inner parent, would a loving mother do that and go, you naughty girl for being sick? You wouldn't, okay? So when you're working with your inner child, it's really important that you are firm, that you are fair. But one of the biggest things I teach people is consistency. Okay? From the moment that you start doing inner child work, you can't just go, no, I don't want to do that today. Because little you, 4, 5, 6-year-old you, has no idea that you're not up for it today. Okay, and the other thing that I also say in being an inner parent and learning to parent your inner child, which is really important, is you apologise if you said, for example, I'll see you later, or you said I'm going to do a meditation in a couple of days' time, or you said I'm going to play with my inner child and I'm going to do spirograph, or I'm going to go to the beach, or I'm going to go to the cinema, and imagine my inner child with me. What's really important, and to build that bond of trust with your inner child, is that you turn around and go, I'm really sorry, in your mind, in that conversation, that I didn't make it. Okay? Believe me when I tell you that your inner child is still thinking mum and dad rule them. And that's why you guys need to take hold of your inner child and become the parent that you never had, and the parent that you always wanted to be. That doesn't mean you spoil your inner child crazy. It means you're firm, you're fair, you're consistent, and you have unconditional love for that most perfect version of you. Don't ever hate your inner child, because your inner child is the most perfect, innocent, pure version of you that is just stuck in a moment in time, and what little you needs, I need you. Anyway, whatever you took from this video, I really hope it helps you, because when I work with people, this is what I teach them in terms of becoming the inner parent that you never had. Have an amazing, brilliant, gorgeous day, whatever it is that you're doing in your life. And just smile and know that if I'm showing up for you today, I'm here to help you heal your inner child. Keep going, keep being you, and know you are very special. You are loved, you are amazing. And finally, the 3 things you need to say to your inner child: I see you, I hear you, you are important to me. Take care, have a great day. Bye.